my Kevlar helmet and my flak vest, because when you're taking off from a war zone, there's always the chance that small arms fire, basically a machine gun, could hit you from underneath and pierce the skin of the airplane. So you wear your tactical gear still in the aircraft taking off. So, in case you get shot through the plane, that you still have, protection.
Right.
So I'm wearing that. And of course I can fall asleep in that for 9 hours. I could probably wake up in Germany out of Bagram, Afghanistan, and still be in my gear because I'm asleep. And anybody that knows me knows I can sleep anywhere, anytime for a long period of time. And, I see a picture, and there's a picture of me sleeping in my gear on the plane, and there's Al Franken literally in the photo grabbing with his hand, grabbing my breasts and looking at the camera and like smiling, laughing with this smirk on his face. And I'm like, after everything that happened on this tour, in context, I mean, just looking at the photograph by itself, if you didn't know anything else that happened, it's still a disgusting photo.
And then Leanne Tweeden, the woman who's speaking, talks about why she didn't come forward years ago.
Why didn't she come out 11 years ago?
I talked to Chris, my now husband, and he's like, why? It's not worth it, because, and I even thought to myself, if I do that, back then it was a way different, the times were different. I was worried about my career because people are going to go, oh, you're a model. You've been on the cover of Playboy. You're a lingerie model and a swimsuit model, and you're a sportscaster, and you're a girl in Hollywood. Who are they going to believe you? They're just going to bury you. They're going to look for all the bones in your closet. I mean, somehow it was going to be my fault. Somehow it was going to come down on me, and he was going to skate. He was going to get off scot-free, and it was going to be. Everything was going to come down on me, and it was just not going to be worth it. It was not going to be worth the fight. It was not going to be worth the hassle.
Margaret is in Stockton, California. Margaret, you're on the Larry Elder Show. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love you, Larry. I was just, I've been listening, and I particularly listened to a show last week while you were out, and one of the callers called in and said 2 words. There's 2 words about this. It's time and timely. Now, this girl with Al Franken, I don't care about that either, but specifically with Judge Roy Moore, for him to be accused so far for something so long ago and for something that's been refuted now is ridiculous. And yeah, Al Franken, any attention at all from the media, of course, and that kind of annoys me. This whole thing annoys me from all sides. I don't care about any of this. It's too ridiculous. So thank you for taking the stand that you're taking. And the great fellow that stood in for you last week was absolutely fabulous. And it just made me remember that one caller that said time and timely. Those are the 2 words that I've been thinking about for the whole week because of him. So
Margaret,
thank you so much, Larry.
Margaret, real quickly, what do you think about the allegation made by Juanita Broderick? She didn't make the allegation until almost 20 years later.
I thought that was, I have the same feeling about that.
Got it. Thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Alabama Republican Party says it stands with GOP Senate candidate Roy Moore, breaking ranks with national Republicans who have called for him to step out of the race amid sexual misconduct allegations. Republican Party Chairwoman Terry Lathan said Thursday that the party's 21-member steering committee, quote, supports Judge Roy Moore as our nominee, unquote. Lathan says that the 70-year-old Moore has denied the allegations and that Alabamians will be the ultimate jury in this election. The White House says the Senate is acting appropriately by reviewing complaints against Democratic Senator Al Franken after allegations that he forcibly kissed and groped a woman more than a decade ago. White House spokeswoman Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it's an appropriate action for the Ethics Committee to review the matter involving the Minnesota senator. Franken has apologized after Los Angeles radio anchor Leanne Tweeden accused him of improper conduct during a USO tour. SRN News.
Do not make this huge weight loss mistake. Thousands of people who struggle with weight make the same mistake and fail to hit their goal. They spend too much time focusing on their waistline and no time focusing on their thyroid. Your thyroid is a small gland in your neck that controls metabolism, so why would you ignore it? Try a free 30-day supply of Thyroid 180, a patent-pending formula with ingredients to help support healthy thyroid hormone levels and improve your metabolism more than exercise alone. We're talking about finally seeing a difference in your hips, thighs, everywhere. Try your first 30-day supply free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-281-5333. Thyroid 180 is what you've been missing, and you can try it free. Just call 1-800-281-5333. 1-800-281-5333. 1-800-281-5333.
About My Pillow, and I was skeptical that it's as great as everybody says it is. Well, I received my first My Pillow. My brother got his, and we love it. It is everything they say it is. It stays where you want, comfortable, neck feels great. Now, Mike Lindell, the inventor of My Pillow, has a very special offer for Larry Elder listeners. Get this. My Pillow is now offering buy one, get one free. So if you're looking for a great night's sleep, now's the perfect time to get your first My Pillow. If you already know how great the My Pillow is, why not give them for everybody you know? So call 800-890-1843, use the promo code Larry, or go to mypillow.com. And again, make sure you use the promo code Larry. 800-890-1843, use the promo code Larry. 800-890-1843, use the promo code Larry. 800-890-1843, promo code Larry.
Can you afford to lose 60% or more of your IRA or 401k? Are you prepared to work every day for the rest of your life just to make ends meet? If not, it's time you protected your IRA or 401k from the next market crash and a looming dollar collapse. In 2008, millions of Americans watched helplessly while 60% or more of their IRAs and 401ks vanished in the blink of an eye. And now many government insiders and top investors have been warning that another market collapse, possibly greater than 2008, is coming soon. Now's the time to protect your hard-earned savings and safeguard your financial future. Call Goldco Precious Metals, the nation's #1 gold IRA provider, and learn how to protect your IRA or 401k using precious metals like gold and silver. For a limited time, Goldco is offering a free, no-obligation guide to starting a gold and silver IRA. Go to goldcoradio.com. That's GOLDCO radio.com. goldcoradio.com.
Now back to the sage, Larry Elder.
Yes, this is Anna from Tennessee, and I've been thinking about the Roy Moore thing, and that was probably during the time Priscilla Presley, at the age of 16, married Elvis, and that seemed to be the going thing. Everybody was for that. So, you know, she could do the Me Too in grand fashion, but I really think that it's taken away from what the country needs to be doing, and we need to get Donald Trump's initiatives going. Thank you.
Hey, Larry, why did they wait till the general election to raise all these issues with Roy Moore and not during the primaries? I've just been wondering that, and after 40 years, my God, somebody's really after this man. Talk to you later, but bye.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. So yesterday, I asked you, do you believe Alabama Judge Roy Moore is telling the truth, or do you believe his accusers? You have two choices. A, I believe Moore. B, I believe his accusers. Mr. McConnell, what percentage of people say they believe Judge Roy Moore? Mr. McConnell said 51. 74% say they believe Judge Roy Moore. That's one of the reasons why I say there's still a good chance he could get elected. Now, Hillary Clinton claims that she is personally offended at the possibility that there may be a special counsel to investigate Uranium One and other related matters. I'm going to have that for you in just a minute. But first, Marco Rubio had some fun with President Trump and tweeted about Trump grabbing a bottle of water. Recall when Marco Rubio was giving the rebuttal to the State of the Union address, he got dry mouth and reached for some water, and Trump made fun of him. So here's what happened when Trump was speaking just yesterday.
17,000 jobs. Thank you. Oh. They don't have water. That's okay. What? No, it's okay. Oh. Japanese manufacturers, Toyota and Mazda. Japanese manufacturers, Toyota and Mazda.
And Marco Rubio said, you know, you next time you kind of do it in one twist like I did, but you know, it's okay for your first time. Shepard Smith. I can't say that I'm a fan. He does the news for Fox. He's among many things. I remember during the time when we were talking about enhanced interrogation techniques, he said we don't effing torture. It wasn't torture. It was an enhanced interrogation technique, ticking time bomb situation. But he has essentially said Hillary is completely devoid of any culpability in the Uranium One deal.
First, the Clinton statement had no power to veto or approve that transaction. It could do neither. Here's how it does work. By law, when a foreign company wants to buy anything with potential national security implications, an interagency committee of the federal government must approve it. The committee was given a broad mandate under President Reagan to advise the president on foreign investment transactions. That committee is called CIFAS, or the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. It includes 9 department heads. The Secretary of the Treasury is the chairperson. The rest are the heads of the Departments of Justice, Homeland Security, Commerce, Defense, State, and Energy, plus the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative and the Office of Science and Technology Policy. That's CIFAS. The 9 department heads all approved the sale of Uranium One. It was unanimous, not a Hillary Clinton approval. We don't know definitively whether Secretary Clinton participated at all directly. The then Secretary of State, I should say Assistant Secretary of State Jose Fernando, represented state on CIFAS.
How does he say nothing at all about the FBI probe into Russian illegal conduct? And we still don't know whether or not Hillary was aware of that probe. How does he do this monologue without mentioning that?
He says she did not, reporting that the secretary never intervened. Further, neither Secretary Clinton nor the committee as a whole could stop any deal of this kind. The committee members evaluate a sale of anything potentially related to national security. By law, if one member objects, the president, and only the president, can veto such a transaction. No committee member of the 9 objected. Federal approvals were also needed. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission approved the sale on November the 24th of 2010, and in doing so stipulated that no uranium be exported.
Leave out the FBI probe? Are you kidding me? Let me say something about Relief Factor. 80% of the people who buy the Relief Factor Quick Start buy it again. That's pretty impressive. Ronald from Arkansas. I fractured my neck in 1969. I've seen orthos, chiros, family docs. Nothing worked as much as Relief Factor. Last July, I injured my Achilles tendon, and now I can walk without pain. Linda, California. I showed Relief Factor to my chiropractor, who said it had, quote, all of the right ingredients, close quote, and she could not recommend anything better for the price. Speaking of which, the 3-week quick start, just $19.95. 95 cents a day, less than a cup of coffee a day for pain relief. ReliefFactor.com. ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com.
Larry will be right back. Stay tuned.
Franklin Graham calls it a must-see.
Don't you dare tell me about the love and the compassion of your so-called God.
Mike Huckabee calls it a giant step forward for the faith-based genre.
Do you believe that God hears.
God always answers prayers.
Jerry Falwell Jr. says Let There Be Light offers forgiveness and hope when it's needed most. Kevin Sorbo and Sean Hannity present the most anticipated Christian movie of the year, Let There Be Light. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing. Find a theater at LetThereBeLightMovie.com. From the studio that brought you miracles from heaven and cloudy with a chance of meatballs comes The Star.
That light, that's the star. This is where it's been leading me.
We've come to honor the new king.
What's his name?
His name is Jesus.
Experience the family event of the holiday season.
Do you guys like frankincense? I never know what to get.
The Star. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. In theaters November 17th. For tickets and showtimes, go to thestarmovie.com.
Freedom. One nation in all of human history was built on that bedrock. Ours. A republic of the people, by the people, and for the people. Self-government requires freedom, just as freedom requires an individual willingness to self-govern. Freedom has made America exceptional, but it can only last as long as you and I seek the good, as expressed by the laws of nature and nature's God. It can only last if you and I choose to act as people of character. Forging character has been the pursuit of Hillsdale College since 1844. Hillsdale College forges character and elevates civic discourse both on campus and nationwide. To find out how you can take their free online courses or receive a complimentary subscription to Imprimis, a monthly speech digest, visit hillsdalefreedom.com. That's hillsdalefreedom.com.
After emerging from a maple glazed turkey days, the last thing anyone wants is to get bogged down in the chaotic Black Friday shopping lines. Luckily, SelectBlinds.com makes it easy to score huge savings on blinds, all from the comfort of your hibernation den. Take advantage of Select Blinds' biggest Black Friday sale ever with unbeatable deals on high-quality custom blinds, shades, and shutters. You won't see discounts this big again all year. Select Blinds takes the guesswork out of ordering blinds online by offering high-quality blinds for an unbelievable price. Select Blinds has the most online reviews and 5-star ratings on the planet. That's more than 1 million satisfied customers. SelectBlinds.com really is the smart way to get blinds. Shop the Black Friday sale today at SelectBlinds.com for amazing deals on blinds, shades, and shutters. Remember to mention our show at checkout using the drop-down menu. Select Blinds. Simple, smart, custom. SelectBlinds.com.
There is no more incredible man on this earth. Now back to the sage, Larry Elder.
Larry Elder, sir. Long-time fan. Call you all the time. Telling you how great you are, how much I love the way you start your show. It's hilarious. Everything you do is awesome. I'm listening to your show right now. I'm in Arizona. It's 11:15 at night. I heard you just talk to a gentleman, and you made a comment about if Bannon knew that this guy was going to be accused of all these things, would Bannon still back them? I hear you then 20 minutes later, you're still talking about all the things that you understand that the Democrats are against Donald Trump, and they're doing anything they can to get rid of him. And you don't think that this Roy Moore thing is a trick, is a ploy, is made up? I'm really curious, because I think this whole thing is fake. And I understand this guy might have dated a younger girl when he shouldn't have, but to touch him and all this other stuff, I truly believe that this is all made up fake stuff. And so I'd be curious to why you don't think that.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. Well, I addressed that when I was talking with Dr. Sebastian Gorka. I said, Dr. Gorka, my suspicion is if you ran for office, not 9 women, not 8, not 7, not 6, not 5, not 4, not 3, not 2, not 1, would come forth and credibly accuse you of trying to date them when they were teenagers or to try to sexually assault them. And he laughed. Now, people are always asking, where can I get that article that you cited on this show? Easy, LarryOda.com. How can I subscribe to your podcast for just 99 cents for the first month? LarryOda.com. In a minute, I'm going to play Hillary offended at the very notion that there may be a special counsel appointed to examine the Uranium One deal. But first, one of the things that's always fascinated me about the gun control debate is how infrequently people who want more gun control laws or ever ask, how many Americans use guns every year to defend themselves? The Center for Disease Control is forbidden for some reason from doing any original research on how often Americans use guns to defend themselves, but they did under Obama. They were ordered to look into existing research to find out how often it happened. And the CDC came back and very quietly said, the evidence shows that guns are used at least as often to defend people as they are to commit crimes and kill people illegally or unlawfully. And it also quoted Gary Kleck, who I quoted in my documentary Michael and Me, who says Americans use guns to defend themselves every single year, approximately 1.25 million times. And out of that number, 40% believe but for the gun they would have been dead. Headline, Armed Kentucky homeowner halts alleged thief with a gun and with a 150-pound Great Dane. A gun and a 150-pound dog named Tank were all the help one Kentucky homeowner needed this weekend to stop an unwelcome house guest. Derek Thomas said he was watching a late football game when he noticed a shadow lurking outside his home. As I pulled my gun on him, I said, "What the hell are you doing in my truck? Get out of my truck." He crawled back out and basically tried to crawl around the back, Thomas told WDRB. He did stand up. When I shot the gun 2 times in the air, he went back to the ground and stayed good. After firing his gun into the air on his 10-acre property and stopping the suspect, later identified by police as Matthew Conklin, Thomas told his wife to call 911 and bring out an extra measure of protection. The family's 150-pound Great Dane named Tank. Conlon was arrested on drug trafficking and trespassing car charges. When the police arrived at the home, which sports a sign that says, "Never mind the dog, beware the owner," officers found cap needles, heroin, and a small bag of a substance suspected to be meth in the suspect's pocket. Never mind the dog, beware the owner. In my documentary, Michael and Me, I ambushed Michael Moore the way he ambushed Charlton Heston. And I asked Mr. Moore a simple question.
Mr. Moore, you know this kid? His name is Kyle. His father, Ron, used a firearm to defend him because someone was trying to break into the home. This happens hundreds of thousands of times a year. Wondering whether or not you might owe Mr. Heston an apology.
You know, actually what happens is there's hundreds of thousands of kids who are in jeopardy every day because there's hundreds of thousands of guns in people's homes.
Michael, my question is, how many people a year do you think are alive? Larry Elder. How many people do you think are alive in America because family or loved ones?
I think you're in more danger. I think you're in more danger by having a gun in the house than not in the house.
Okay, the question though is, how many people do you think are alive?
Do you have a gun
every
in your
year?
house?
How many people do you think are alive?
Do you have a gun in your house?
Wouldn't answer my question.
Wouldn't answer. Not relevant. Now, speaking of Hillary,
as you know, President Trump has tried to flip the script and now says the Justice Department should be investigating you. And this week we learned that Attorney General Sessions is considering a special counsel to probe the Uranium One deal and alleged conflicts with the Clinton Foundation. What's your reaction to this?
You know, I regret deeply that this appears to be the politicization of the Justice Department and our justice system. This Uranium One story has been debunked countless times by members of the press, by independent experts. It is nothing but a false charge that the Trump administration is trying to drum up in order to avoid attention being directed at them. I mean, even Trey Gowdy, somebody who's hardly a fan of mine, said that there doesn't seem to be the basis for a special counsel. Of course, there isn't. But if I try to take myself out of it...
But he did not say there was no basis for an investigation. He said an investigation could take place without a special counsel. She left that part out, didn't she?
Which, is kind of hard because it's personally offensive that they would do this. But taking myself out of it, this is such an abuse of power, and it goes right at the rule of law. As Secretary of State, I went around the world bragging about America's rule of law, that we were a nation of laws, not of men, and the justice system was blind, and obviously, we were proud of that, but we had to always be vigilant to make sure that it remained so. And if they send a signal that we're going to be like some dictatorship, some authoritarian regime where political opponents are going to be unfairly, fraudulently investigated, that rips at the fabric of the contract we have, that we can trust our justice system.
Rips the contract we have. You mean like the IRS? Like Fast and Furious? Like the Bergdahl deal? Like the Iran deal? I'm Larry Yoder, don't leave town. Concerned about your blood pressure? You should be. Larry Elder here. It's one of the keys to heart health and overall well-being. If you're looking for a way to help support healthy blood pressure levels with a simple lifestyle change, I've got good news. There's a super vegetable that's great for your heart. Beets. And Super Beets is a convenient way to get the benefits of beets every day. Super Beets provides a nutrient that helps support healthy blood pressure by working with the body's own natural systems. Just mix a teaspoon into a few ounces of water and drink it up. There are no jittery side effects, no spike and crash, no sugar. My experience with Super Beets has been amazing. If you try it, I think you'll have the very same experience as well. Call 800-996-3406 or go to elderbeets.com. With your first order, get another 30-day supply of Super Beets free, plus indicator strips to see how Super Beets is working for you. And free shipping. So call 800-996-3406 or go to elderbeets.com today. 800-996-3406, elderbeets.com today.
It's that time of year again when the days are shorter. So don't waste your precious daylight sifting through a sea of search results when looking for the right business software. Get home on time tonight with Capterra.com. Whether you're a startup looking to keep better track of customers, a nonprofit hoping to have a record fundraising year, or a business that simply needs better payroll software, you need software, and Capterra's got you covered. Search Capterra's 400 categories of software to discover the right tool for your business. Anything from email marketing to scheduling to accounting and beyond. Capterra makes it easy to find what you're looking for. Plus, Capterra has thousands of ratings and reviews from actual software users just like you. Best of all, using Capterra is absolutely free. 2018 will be here before you know it, so make sure you've got the software your business needs today to help you do what you do better. Join the millions who use Capterra. That's CAPTERRA.com. Capterra.com.
This is Michael Medved. I'm here with Mike Stahl from Health Markets, helping folks find the right Medicare coverage. The news reports say that the rates might be going down.
The government projects the cost of Medicare plans will decrease this year. So you have to ask yourself, are you getting the best rate? Health Markets offers a free service with access to thousands of Medicare plans nationwide to help folks maximize their benefits and save money.
What is it people need to keep in mind?
Enrollment in the right plan is not automatic. With so many Medicare options, it can be confusing. My advice, don't go it alone. Get unbiased help to find a plan that may cost less and cover more with lower co-payments, more choices like dental and vision, and the freedom to choose your doctor. With the enrollment deadline only weeks away, it's important to act now. Our Health Markets Medicare assistance is free.
Thanks, Mike. This is Michael Medved for Health Markets.
For your free Medicare assistance, call 800-601-0289. That's 800-601-0289. 800-601-0289.
America, we have a country to save. And now, here's Larry Elder.
It's even this Juanita Broderick thing that this interview that the people over there at NBC News have been sitting on for some reason, who knows, but...
Well, I think the reason is pretty obvious that they don't call me and tell me why they run or don't run these things. I think it's pretty obvious they're nervous about, number one, whether this information is accurate, whether it's really true or not. And then number two, even if it does, it turn out to be true, it happened a long time ago. And number three, they got to be figuring maybe, just maybe, the American public has heard all they want to hear about this, and they're saying, next, let's move on to the next thing.
888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. That was Dan Rather saying, even if the allegations made by Juanita Broderick are true, I mean, it happened a long time ago. So, hey, the statute of limitations, Americans have short attention span. This is why Chelsea Handler had no idea who Juanita Broderick was. Now, if things aren't bad enough for NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, the Super Bowl is going to be in Minneapolis. And unionized workers for Metro Transit in the Twin Cities voted by a huge margin to authorize a strike during the Super Bowl week, February, potentially crippling travel around the city. Hillary left out that Mr. Gowdy, while he did say there was no reason for a special counsel, certainly said there was ample reason for an investigation.
They ran. I mean, look at Bob Mueller was appointed special counsel. Some of your viewers don't have confidence in him. So the appointment of special counsel does not talismanically make people all of a sudden have confidence in something. The threshold is there a conflict of interest? And is it in the interest of justice to go pick someone who's not even part of the system right now to investigate something? And I don't think it's been met yet.
But he definitely wants there to be an investigation. Anyway, so this Amalgam Transit Union Local 1005 President Mark Larson said, the strike really is about safety, not about money. Quote, a lot of this has to do with working conditions. We have drivers that are routinely assaulted on the job. We have time to get this hammered out. That's what we're hopeful for. End of quote. So, if you are going to the Super Bowl in Minneapolis, God forbid there should be a strike. Imagine trying to get around the town, one of the coldest cities in America. By the way, I love Minneapolis. Just came back from there, gave a town hall. But it is pretty cold there during the winter. You do not want a strike. So Roger Goodell has his hands full. 888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. I am the Great Oldersky. Thank you so much for joining me. And no, Colin Kaepernick is no Muhammad Ali. I put my article up on LarryElder.com.
What can I say? Mamba out.
The mic has been dropped.
All across America, the Larry Elder Show.
They don't hear me cry. They don't hear me try.
Are you a responsible person who finds yourself going deeper and deeper in credit card debt and you're not sure how to fix the problem? Then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity Debt Management is a non-profit organization that will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, and reduce your interest rates by as much as 60%. You'll save thousands and become debt-free for keeps. It's not a loan. It's a smart way to relieve your stress, meet your obligations, and preserve your self-respect. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Gather up your bills and call this toll-free number for a free, no-obligation debt analysis. 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. A Los Angeles radio news anchor is accusing Senator Al Franken of groping and kissing her without consent.
In an open letter on the radio station's website, Leanne Tweeden says the incident happened when the two were in a USO tour together. The two were rehearsing a skit when Franken aggressively kissed her. Senator Franken, a Democrat from Minnesota, quickly released a statement that reads, I certainly don't remember the rehearsal for the skit in the same way, but I send my sincerest apologies to Leanne. As for the photo that showed the groping, Franken says in his words, it was clearly intended to be funny but wasn't. I shouldn't have done it. The allegations add to the public outpouring of accusations against men in positions of power in entertainment, government, news, and other fields. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
Meanwhile, GOP Senate candidate Roy Moore is defiant after GOP officials asked him to step aside in the Alabama race. Moore says the sexual assault charges lodged against him by multiple women are untrue.
Two of the speakers up here said words that I caught One said unsubstantiated, and another said unproven. Another said they were fake. All of that is true, and the Washington Post is certainly not evidence.
Moore says he won't step aside. The House has put President Trump closer to his first major legislative win by passing a massive tax overhaul.
The nearly $1.5 trillion package would overhaul corporate and personal taxes, a bill House Speaker Paul Ryan calls the biggest thing Congress could do to help grow the economy and help struggling Americans.
We need to restore this beautiful thing we affectionately call the American idea.
But Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee says it does the opposite, calling it a scam that boosts middle-class taxes.
This is not the American dream tax plan. This is the American nightmare.
The bill passed along near party lines. The fate of the Senate version, though, is muddled amid some GOP grumblings. Sagar Meghani at the White House.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Michael Medved. I'm here with Mike Stahl from Health Markets, helping folks find the right Medicare coverage. The news reports say that the rates might be going down.
The government projects the cost of Medicare plans will decrease this year, so you have to ask yourself, are you getting the best rate? Health Markets offers a free service with access to thousands of Medicare plans nationwide to help folks maximize their benefits and save money.
What is it people need to keep in mind?
Enrollment in the right plan is not automatic. With so many Medicare options, it can be confusing. My advice, don't go it alone. Get unbiased help to find a plan that may cost less and cover more with lower co-payments, more choices like dental and vision, and the freedom to choose your doctor. With the enrollment deadline only weeks away, it's important to act now. Our Health Markets Medicare assistance is free.
Thanks, Mike. This is Michael Medved for Health Markets.
For your free Medicare assistance, call 800-601-0289. That's 800-601-0289. 800-601-0289.
President Trump is offering some life advice to the 3 UCLA basketball players who were detained in China for shoplifting.
After returning to Southern California, the 3 UCLA players issued statements of apology and thanked President Trump for helping win their freedom. On Twitter, the president said, "You're welcome," and told the players to thank China's president. Mr. Trump also tweeted some advice to the freshman ball players. "Have a great life. Be careful," he said. "There are many pitfalls on the long and winding road of life."
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. The gunman who killed his wife and 4 others in a rampage in Northern California this week found an easy way around a court order prohibiting him from having guns. He built his own at home. Kevin Neal, 44, was armed with what authorities believe were 2 high-powered rifles that he made himself. They're known as ghost guns because, unlike commercially manufactured weapons, they're untraceable. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. British police say the final death toll in the Grenfell Tower high-rise fire is 71.
London's Metropolitan Police Force say remains have been identified from the 71 people killed in the June 14 blaze, including a baby who was still born. A total of 223 people escaped the fire. For months, police have estimated that about 80 people died in the fire, which began in a refrigerator in an apartment before racing through the 24-story building. There has been frustration among survivors at how long it has taken to identify the victims and determine the final toll. Police say they're considering individual and corporate manslaughter charges over the fire. Sarah Shackley, London.
Marathon winners in Virginia have been stripped of their titles because officials say they were managed by a Russian sports agent who had been banned from participating in the races over doping concerns. The Richmond Times-Dispatch reported Wednesday that the runners participated in the men's Anthem Richmond Marathon. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, Tom Green with a check on your weather going into Friday. Clear, a low around 34. Sunny with a high 58 and a low 39 under partly cloudy skies Friday night. Saturday, partly cloudy, scattered showers, a high 61 and sunny on Sunday with a high around 53. We thank you for tuning to us for the latest in news, sports, and weather. Join Jim Bishop at 6:05 for the Wake Up Call, morning call-around report, great gospel music, Lou Gill at midday. I'll be in the afternoon with yesterday's memories, afternoon call-around report, and it's Football Friday night here on AM 590 WCAB Rutherford.
This is your total information source, The Mike Gallagher Show. We keep you connected to the headlines like no one else, featuring the biggest newsmakers and news breakers.
We welcome the 45th President of the United States.
You've been great, Mike, and I appreciate it very much. You notice I walked over here very quickly.
Vice President Mike Pence.
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you, and I know the President's looking forward to catching up with you as well.
And now, here's Mike Gallagher.
People make weird decisions, don't they? People do things and you look at them and you say, what were you thinking? Really, what could you have been thinking? Some police officer somewhere I saw last night did a selfie with a woman passed out in the driver's seat of her car. She was like drunk and passed out, and he takes a selfie and puts it on social media. And I'm thinking, now, in 2017, and in case you're keeping score, I don't even think it doesn't matter. It's not relevant, but she happened to be a black woman, and he's a white guy. So the white cop posts a picture, a smiling selfie of him posing next to a black woman passed out in the front seat of a car, and he captioned it, "Just another day at the office." Ha, ha, ha. And he put it on social media. So the local media picked it up. They fired him. He's out. Guy had a career in law enforcement and thought it would be a good idea to post a selfie of himself next to a passed out motorist who happens to be black and he's white, as if there aren't enough problems in the world. Do you remember when the Treasury Secretary got in trouble because he and his beautiful wife, this exotic looking, she looks like a model, just long blonde-haired woman. She's an actress named Louise Linton. They supposedly took a private jet to go watch the eclipse. And she's getting off the private jet and she's Instagramming, "Look at the bling I've got. I've got Hermes, Louis Vuitton. Look at," and she was like listing all of her items. Now, this is an administration that is trying to help the middle class. This is an administration that wants to benefit hardworking Americans. This is an administration who has to push back against the accusation that all they care about are rich people. So there was all kinds of hot water, and he got into some trouble for it, I think, but he apologized. He didn't really go just to see the eclipse, and the wife probably shouldn't have been bragging about all of their expensive, designer clothes and items. So yesterday, Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, and the wife go off to the Treasury Bureau in Washington to see the new dollar bills being rolled out with his signature on it. And have you seen the picture? They look like a couple of James Bond villains. They're looking at each other like, "Look at my money, my name is on the money. Look at that." And then they hold up a sheet of the money. She's got these expensive black gloves on. I'm not kidding you. It's like what's a Goldfinger? It's like right out of Goldfinger. He's holding it up like, "Look at me, my name is on the money." And she's like, "Look at me, I'm holding the money that my husband's name is on with the black glove." This is on the eve of tax reform that this administration is trying to accomplish and give tax cuts to the middle class because the middle class is hurting. Imagine a hardworking businessman or businesswoman, an entrepreneur, flipping on the computer or opening up in a newspaper and seeing Boris and Natasha here holding pictures of money, the sheaths of money with the black gloves on. All you're missing is the cat. Why doesn't Steve Mnuchin hold the cat, the bald cat, and put his, index finger in his mouth? What the heck is wrong with these people? Who would think that's a good idea? That picture's a good idea. Does the Treasury Secretary have a team, a staff? Or do they just wander around, get on and off private jets, and go flying off to eclipses and posing for pictures with the stupid black gloves and the mink coat? "Oh, look, Steve, you're on the dollar bill. Yes, I am. Yes, I remember I met a Treasury Secretary once, interviewed him years ago, Paul O'Neill. Do you know there's only one person on the planet who is allowed to deface money? You're not allowed to mark money, obviously. You can't mark it. The Treasury Secretary can. He can sign his name on any dollar bill or any money, wherever his signature is. That's permissible. That's permissible. And he did that for me. And I thought that was really cool. And he was humble, and he was a nice guy, and he seemed appreciative of it. Well, Steve Mnuchin might be a great Treasury Secretary. He's a former Goldman Sachs executive. He's very rich. He and the wife are super rich. And I just can't imagine the President of the United States being happy that his Treasury Secretary is posing for what looks like to be the magazine cover of James Bond or Us. There's a text message. Mike, they were dollar bills. They are wealthy people. As a middle-class person, I'm not offended by upper-class people. Either am I, except for doing stupid things that could give Democrats a narrative. Look at the out-of-touch rich people bragging about his name being on a dollar bill. It's a little thing, and it's not a big deal, and we've got serious things, and I appreciate that there are important things that we're going to tackle today. There have been all kinds of developments in the Judge Roy Moore case out of Alabama. Hillary is now pushing back, saying the president is abusing his power by calling for a special counsel for the Uranium One deal. All I'm saying is, what compels people to do really dopey, dumb, stupid things? It's a little thing. It's a little thing. I saw this exchange on Twitter between a never-Trumper, I think it was Bill Kristol, who said something about the Roy Moore thing, and he was suggesting that Democrats do something. It might have been this picture. And said every Democrat ought to use this as campaign material as they continue to try to take back the House and the Senate. And this was coming from a Republican like Bill Kristol, because Republicans like Bill Kristol have lost their minds over Donald Trump. Donald Trump has sent them into complete mental illness. Some of these people are just mentally ill. They're sick. They're sick. Bill Kristol rooting for the Democrats to take the House and the Senate. A lifelong Republican, hates Donald Trump so much. It's no different with John McCain. He's mentally ill. He's become so angry at President Trump over the way Trump has spoken about him that he's now voting against his constituents, his own voters, and the will of the American people, which is a kind of a fascinating thing to observe when you stop and think about it. These guys are abdicating all of their principles as Republicans, as conservatives, as Americans, because they want to stick it to Donald Trump. That's how bad this has gotten. And so here's Bill Kristol, and I'm pretty sure it was over this picture, said every Democrat ought to use this picture as a perfect example of how out of touch Republicans are with the middle class and hardworking people. And that goofy crackpot Ted Lieu, that California congressman who was calling Jeff Sessions Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live and calling him Lion Jeff Sessions. He's the guy that walked out of the moment. He wouldn't honor the victims of the Texas massacre with a moment of silence. He had to grandstand and walk out. Imagine what kind of human being you are as an elected member of Congress, two-term congressman, and he walked out of the moment of silence. I can't participate in that. Their guns are killing people, and you evil Republicans, and Trump needs to be impeached. And we got to find the audio, by the way. Speaking of Trump needs to be impeached, Lance, Peter, find the audio of that dingbat Maxine Waters screeching at some award show the other night, the Glamour Awards or something. Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Yeah, let's impeach. They've introduced yesterday, apparently a handful of Democrats introduced articles of impeachment. Impeachment. For what? I watched Hannity last night. He interviewed that Darryl Parks guy. It was so embarrassing to watch. Sean and my buddy Larry Elder, who's going with us on the Hawaiian cruise next summer, and I hope you can go. Go to mikeonline.com and click on the Aloha 2018 Talk Cruise for details. Larry and Sean were saying to this Daryl Parks, impeach Trump for what? Well, there are concerns. And I thought Larry's head was going to explode. He said, concerns? Concerns? You're going to impeach somebody for concerns? You crazy? Well, yeah, they are. They are. They absolutely have lost their minds. And they're going crazy. 800-655-Mike. 800-655-6453. Yeah, here's the Bill Kristol tweet. Now, this is the guy, the Weekly Standard, never Trumper, lifelong Republican, has supposedly written about Republican and conservative values his whole career. But this is how crazy he's become over Donald Trump. He tweeted out regarding this picture of Steve Mnuchin and his, wife at the Treasury Department. Kristol tweets, maybe not the best photo on the eve of a vote on a tax bill that's being attacked for favoring the wealthy. If the Democrats were a competent political party, this photo would be in ads in every GOP swing district tomorrow, with a competition for best caption to get voters engaged. And then that goofy Ted Lieu responded on it. So here's a Republican like Bill Kristol giving specific suggestions of the way Democrats should regain the majority in the House and the Senate. All because he hates Donald Trump. This is a sickness. There's a sickness that has descended across the land. I'm just glad we have some glimmers of sanity here on the Mike Gallagher Show. You and me together as we fight the good fight. I welcome you in. It's a Thursday. We got a lot to cover. 1-800-655-Mike. Incidentally, you disagree with me on this picture of Steve Mnuchin and his wife, the Bond villains. You should be sure to let me know where I'm missing here. Who on the staff would say, oh, this is going to look really good? Take your gloved hand, Mrs. Mnuchin, and put it over his hand and look like you're going, we're wealthy, and my name is on the dollar bill. Oh, my gosh. People do the stupidest things on social media, pictures. Hey, you know what? Count to 10 and think twice before you post, before you hit send, because it might be a bad idea. 1-800-655-Mike. If you can't get through on our busy talk line, send us a text message to the mypillow.com text number, which is also 800-655-6453. Happy Thursday. Welcome aboard. Can't wait to talk to you.
Even if that doesn't ring true, you've been all over, and it's been all over you.
Look around at your blinds, your window treatments, your shades. If you got grandma coming over the river and through the hill, through the woods, maybe grandmother's coming to you. Brighten up your house with Select Blinds, shades, window treatments from SelectBlinds.com. You're going to get products that you've seen on all your favorite home improvement shows. SelectBlinds.com is an interior makeover essential, and they've got the biggest Black Friday sale going on beginning now. It's already on there. SelectBlinds.com. You're going to see the most amazing Black Friday prices, unbeatable deals on high-quality custom blinds, shades, and shutters. You won't see discounts like this all year. With, again, amazing products, easy to install, top-of-the-line shades. I'm a customer. I've got shades in my bedroom from SelectBlinds.com. Shop the Black Friday sale today at SelectBlinds.com. Amazing deals on blind shades and shutters. Be sure to mention the Mike Gallagher.
That there is a solution, and that solution is Liberty Health Share. It's a community of like-minded people who work together to pay for their medical